My name is Chi, and then I'm basically the vice president for Yu Yuan Group, which is a retail division for Fosun family. So Fosun for sure, our company mission is to serve 1 billion families around the globe to really improve their health, their happiness, and then also to increase their wealth. So pet the business definitely is very important, in this perspective, because we really consider pets, family members, part of the family as well. For sure, there's a huge increase in the demand on premium pet food and then other related things. Also, I think there's a huge increase on prescription food, because this is because pets are essentially holding such an important role and the place in their heart and in their family. So they're definitely willing to spend money as as if it was their children. And then also another different thing, probably very different from the Western world, is that young people, they tend to go to pet shops to give bath, even a haircut. I'm sure in the States, in Europe, you have a lot of people do that, but in China it's probably at a much bigger scale, that people are really weekend, that's part of their life. Go to the pet store, having a haircut for their dog or cats, buying some cute clothes for the dogs. Again, I think in the Western world, you have quite some big, grocery stores, hypermarkets that are carrying pet food, and I think that's also a main source of people finding the right products. But in China, hypermarkets and then also grocery stores are not really the trend, and then they don't carry pet things. So really, all the decisions are made basically in these pet stores and then also vet clinics. So again, like what I mentioned, I think the knowledge on pet is limited, and then people really want to have a good treatments for their pets. So you basically have two ways of information. One is going to these professional places, pet stores, vet stores, vet clinics. Also is basically searching online. E-commerce is super developed in China. So I think most people, they get their first choice recommended basically where they get the pet, either from a breeder, either from a pet store. So that's their first information to get into choosing the product. And then they will start to compare, they will find information online, and then eventually I think the selling ground, once you choose a brand, it will be online. So the decision more made basically in a physical world, in a professional location, and then the purchase, the volume comes online. Yeah. I think that the demand on international brands are very strong, but it's more concentrated on couple real big brands with very strong brand equity and then very good education materials, so that people already know the brand. They are very concentrated in terms of market share. And then I think a lot of international brands, they want to come in and the consumers want to have them, but still I think the pet market is still a little bit in development, in the very initial stage in China. So we don't see basically all these brands coming in right away. The brand has to be a real established brand, because we're getting, again, consider that these pet parents, they're really treating their pets as their children. So obviously, they do a lot of research before as well. So for sure, I think the brand should really communicate, on the quality first. On the quality first, in terms of the source of meat, the source of all the raw material. Second is really functionality, because again, I think we're treating pets very seriously as a children. So we want to have really good, to either to make the pets healthier, or in some extent, to make the parents easier to take care of their pets. So the functionality is extremely important. Then all these two, it has to be combined with the reputation of the brand to really show that it's an established brand and it's a really successful brand, and then it's loved by consumers around the world. And then obviously, I think the educational side is very important. Like what I mentioned, those young pet parents, their first choice probably are coming from a professional channel. Either from a vet, a clinic, or breeder. So the relationship and education with these professional channels are very important. We also become our, the general partner for a lot of international brands, for them to market their products in China and then sell in China. Like what you see in the background. So currently we help Hills on there, because they don't have a general trade permit yet. So we help them to deal with cross-border for the entire China market. So overall, the number of pets are really increasing. We don't see a major lift during the COVID. I would say that the number is slightly, on the same trend of increase. So no, because also I think really, the past 3 years, I think China, I think we were hit by COVID probably even more, and then we were really probably try to focus on basically our human beings first, right? So I don't see, let's say a extra lift, but really I think the increase is already big enough. Again, you have to consider the reason first. Not like Western worlds. In China, basically it's condos and apartments. The physical requirements for having a dog, especially middle size or large dog, is really limited. And then second, I think definitely it's easier to raise a cat, and then in terms of time needed together is much shorter. So for sure, especially young people as well. Young people now, there's also a trend. They're so digitally oriented. They use TikTok. They spend a lot of time on their cell phone. So probably cats are a much better option. Just laying next to you quietly. And then to spend more time in-house, rather than outdoor activities together with the cat, with dogs. So for sure, this number is significantly higher. First is really more professional brands with good reputation that can provide solutions for their pets, providing better health, making the lifespan longer, healthier. The second is what I mentioned before about service. Again, so I think here it's really about quality time that they spend together. It's about slightly showing off, in social life. Look, my cat is so cute, my dog is so cute, so different things. So